Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video is something we have been waiting, something we have been expecting. We do have the ICERIVER Big Boy Alephium ASIC. It is the ICERIVER AL3. We have prices, we have specs. It's not officially confirmed by ICERIVER, but have basically confirmed it with resellers. And it's here. And that price is crazy. I will preface the video just by saying is RIP to anybody who bought a Bitmain AL1. Okay, the pricing is that good. We're going to talk about it. We'll give our overall thoughts. So, if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned. Let's get right to this damn thing. So, literally, just finished the video a few minutes ago about the damn gold shell, the fourth little box miner they're releasing. You can throw all those in the trash because... Gonna be super irrelevant because ICY boys just changed the game yet again. Okay, this is a game-changing price change, just like we saw before and just like what we've been saying is likely to happen. And as a matter of fact, it's even more aggressive than even what I was kind of thinking. Okay, especially this freaking fast. But ICY boys give no F. As we've mentioned before, this ASIC game is ruthless. Especially with these hype ASICs with these immature networks where the hash rate is going to go through the roof. Okay, we saw it with the Caspa ASICs, the KS3, KS5. We were predicting that the same thing was going to happen here. It has happened here. It's going to happen again. It's going to be the AL3. It's going to be the AL5. It's going to be the RX3. It's going to be the RX. It's going to be the same exact game here. So fully expect that. That doesn't mean there isn't money to be made though. Okay, especially after significant price drops such as this one. Okay, so huge shout out on Twitter and X. Again, I know a lot of you guys do not like it, but that is where the alpha is. That's where the instant news is. So shout out to Jay at JAvery26 over on X for bringing this to my attention. Here it is, the ICERIVER AL3 15 terahash 3500 watts. Mining Now did put this on there, but have essentially confirmed with all the resellers. They all have it listed. So although ICERIVER hasn't officially announced it, expected to come out either sometime later today or tomorrow. But all the resellers have the info for it. Okay. So impressive, right? And it's kind of what we're expecting. We're expecting either mid-tier or high-tier. It was just going to be dependent on the price. And at this point, the price this is going to be the reaction to it. Okay, so at this point, it's so aggressive, they don't even necessarily need a mid-tier. Okay, so pricing-wise, we know that the AL1, again, let's do a quick comparison, 16.6 terahash, 3,730 watts, 32 grand. Okay, this guy, very similar specs, right? Especially similar to the base model, efficiency and hash rate, everything this time. In the past, the Bitmain units were twice as efficient. This time it's on par. Okay, 32K. And again, we're going to look at Miner Bros price because they actually have the better price out of our preferred vendors right now. 12,900 bucks, bros. 32K down to 12.9K. It's the KS3, KS5 all over again. ICY boys are going to force Bitmain to bend the knee yet again, just like we said was probably going to happen. Did I think it was going to happen this fast, this aggressively? Hell to the no. But it has. Again, ICY boys give no Fs, and they're here to take over, and they are. Okay, it's really that simple. Crazy pricing. Definitely, who the hell is going to buy the AL1 at 30K now? You're a madman. Obviously, if you did already, it's what's done is done, and that's what we're saying was the biggest risk factor here is those price drops, and ICERIVER being known for that. Again, they've shown us the way multiple times over and over that this is going to be the game plan. Okay, and again, they are taking over yet again. Okay, this is pretty massive. And Hash does have it listed at $12,999. I did just message them to see if they could at least match or beat Miner Bros price. So if you guys are interested, we'll have that link there. Hopefully by the time this comes out, price will be reflected. At the end of the day, go whoever's priced best, whoever's most reliable. In my case, for 100 bucks, I'd still go with NHash just because they do got that faster shipping. Okay, so to each their own there, but again, go for whatever makes more sense. Pricing is crazy though. So then what's going to happen here now, right? So now it's definitely going to affect all the other ASICs, right? So for example, the little gold shell, the Echo series being at 6K, hell to the no. You might as well cough up another 6K and quadruple your amount of hash at twice the efficiency, right? So that guy is wrecked. All the smaller guys are wrecked. If you just bought one or two of little of these things, it is what it is, right? We were fully expecting the potential for 50% price cut. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. The equivalency of it. The big thing here, though, is going to be the effect on the hash rate, right? You're going to see the profitability, and we know it's just going to continue to go up. This can potentially accelerate it, though, right? At 30K, kind of figured probably a lot of people weren't buying. Yes, there was going to be a batch of 300, 500, whatever it was. At 12K, yes, it's high. Yes, it still is kind of crazy. It's not 30K crazy. Is it still high? Is it still risky, though? Yes. What is it going to do, though? It's going to increase the hash rate. By what extent? This is the hard part, right? We don't know if this batch is going to be in the hundreds of units, in the thousands of units, which is going to change the profitability drastically. Okay, the only thing we know is that over time, the hash rate is just going to increase. It is not going to decrease. Okay, these miners are so efficient that they're going to stay plugged for a long period of time. It's one thing because it's a Caspa a year, right? And that's a year in the bear market. A year from now is going into the bull market. Things are only going to go up. So the hash rate is only going to go up from here, right? The hard part is making any kind of predictions as to how many units will be dropped. Because again, the difference between 300 units dropping and 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, it's massively different. It's going to change things drastically, okay? Really hard to say where the price is going to go, especially as far as profitability goes and the yield is going to go, right? It's risk to reward here. Does it make sense? And you're kind of bet on ALPH's price appreciation and the likelihood of either more price reductions or better units coming. Again, this is first gen essentially for both of them. Who freaking knows? We saw 6-month cycles with the others. Is this higher end though? Is there still maybe room for one more gen? Is this the top end? We don't know, right? These are the risk factors that you have to be willing to take, right? Because as we saw, this is going to force Bitmain to lower their prices. Now, are they going to play the game also? Are they going to reduce the November, December batches down to 10K, 8K, and is ICERIVER going to beat them and go down to 5K? How fast is this race to zero going to go, right? That's essentially been the name of the game. Or does Alephium pump in October, November, and the prices just remain where they're at? And these people who get in early take advantage of the yield and just go on, right? This is the mind game. This is the risk to reward. You have to see where it's at, right? Obviously, the AL1, it was a huge risk. Again, you have to factor in the potential for that 50% price cut, which in this case, it was more than that. As the price goes lower, the risk kind of gets less in a way. Until at least the next unit comes out that is now 30 terahash, right? It's all theoreticals, but this is the mind process, right? This is how you have to think about it. Because it's going to look great, right? Oh, it's 12,000 bucks. It's going to make 100 bucks a day. We all know it's not. By the time you get it, or it could if Alephium does a 3-4x, right? So this is the hard part. This is why you got to focus on the yield. And this is why I'm kind of all over the place, right? It's just literally a lot of things to think about because there is a ton of risk here. Just because, again, you know this is going to go up. To what extent, we don't know, right? Can it do a 2-3x from here? Yes. Can it also do a 5, 6, 7, 8x from here? Which is that much of a multiple in the reduction of your rewards? Also, yes. Okay, so a lot of risk factors here. You're essentially, the biggest thing though, you're betting on how long you're going to be able to mine at this price before the next price reduction comes and kind of wrecks your existing hardware. Or do things kind of level off? Do they not release any others? Does Alephium go to $6 here in the next 3 months and it causes the prices to go up actually? And now they have no reason to release that more efficient one until farther down the road. This is what you're betting on. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to jump in. But as we have seen, it's going to be the same playbook we saw with the KS3. We saw with the KS5. We saw with the Bitmain AL1 and the ICERIVER AL3. We're going to see the same thing play out with the ICERIVER RX1 or RX3, whatever they want to call it. It's going to be the same game, right? So again, the reason we followed Caspa so closely was specifically because we know the same thing was going to happen with the Alephium, and then the same thing with Radiant, and the same thing with whoever comes next. Okay, so we see the game plan, we see the risk, see the potential rewards, and it's up to you if you think it's worth it. Okay, like for me personally, am I going to be chasing it again? I'm not going to front. It's extremely tempting at this price, and it's very likely that this thing will sell out fairly quickly. Again, under 13K. We're at the turning point now where the market can definitely flip around and things start turning around. This is huge risk, potential rewards. It's a difficult one. At the end of the day, it really depends on how high Alephium will go, how many units of these things will be produced and sold, because that's going to affect your yield. And again, this is another one where it's a long-term play. Do you want to play this like Caspa, where you take the risk here? Maybe you ROI, and then by the time the next unit comes out, you just continue stacking. Or do you play that same game, right? That's the game I did end up playing with Caspa, and it's been working out for me. Am I willing to do it again here? I'm definitely going to be running numbers. I'm definitely going to be playing around with things, and it's definitely going to be on my mind. But is it something that's super enticing, or is it more enticing to go with something that's going to be more stable, more reliable, longer-term income at this point? Because I already played the riskier game, and I'm looking for something more stable. Okay, and when I'm saying that, I'm talking about the L9, which is also heavily on my radar. Okay, it's similar current price. That November batch of the L9 becomes ever more appealing under $9,000, because now at this point we are 2 months away from that batch versus being like 3, 4, 5 months, and it's still around the similar price. At that point, who knows which one ends up playing better? Definitely the L9 is going to be much more stable. This guy in the long term can potentially be way more profitable if Alephium price pumps. Okay, that's the biggest thing when it comes to ASICs. The most profitable ASIC is going to be the one that has the coin that pumps the most. It's that simple. Okay, whether it can be this one, as we saw with like the CKB miners, the K7, that's also been a lucrative one just because of how much it's pumped. Again, at the end of the day, we're not going to know until it's happened already. This is where you got to place your bets into what makes the most sense to you. Okay, but not gonna lie, bros, it's pretty exciting. Definitely going to be running numbers, going to be looking at it, risk to reward, looking at all that good stuff, and just seeing what makes sense here. But I do fully expect this batch to go quickly. Will it be constant price reductions? We don't know, right? That's the risk. Like, how convinced are you in the cycle? How convinced are you that prices will go up in October, November, December, right? Because as we've seen historically, in this year, in this phase of the bull market, this is when it begins. Okay, so although this price is extreme, even with the hash rate going up, if Alephium's price also goes up, the price may stay in this range. Maybe they don't produce as many of these. Maybe they saw their mistake with the cash basis because they produced too many. Maybe they limit it a bit more and just keep the prices up. Who freaking knows? And I know a lot of people hate this stuff and they're so over it. This shit is so exciting. I love watching this game, watching it play out in real time, whether I participate in the game or not. At this point, even just watching from the sidelines, it's so freaking crazy to watch this happen in real time, right? This battle between Bitmain and ICERIVER, Gold Shell getting decimated over and over again. It's crazy. It's fun. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think? Is this now on your radar? Is this something you are considering? Or are you done with ASICs, buying the coin only, which isn't the worst strategy in the world, right? A ton of risk here, like we've mentioned, especially at $13,000, right? Half the price, definitely more appealing. Like if they do release a mid-tier unit, AL2, and it's, 7.5 terahash at half the price, also becomes more appealing. But then what do you think is going to happen also? Hash rate's definitely going to explode even faster, right? So a lot of things to think about. We're going to have to see what these IC boys do. But let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these stupid battles? Because over this which I know a lot of you guys are. I've seen all the negative feedback and all the dislike buttons, and it is what it is. But love talking about this mess. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think? Please comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Thank you for watching, and I am out.